9 more minutes. I'll give you the best. No problem. Whatever it's your...
Protect! Hey, come on, be smart up there! job, Britt. Come on, Sarah.
Come on, babe!
Georgia.
Come on, Abby, you got it. 1-9, you got it. Come on, Sit
We welcome you on Brookdale TV. We start the bottom of the first inning. Brookdale finds themselves down 6-0 as Jillian Fay leads off first for the Jersey Blues. First ball swinging, popped it up foul. That'll come back out of play. And the count 0-1. Brian Gadsworth here with you on the broadcast. We thank you for being with us on Brookdale TV on a sunny but pretty cool afternoon here in late April. Jersey Blues taking on a powerhouse team in Mercer as the pitch is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jamie Vigil is on deck, and then Audra Lowe for Brookdale in the opening inning. Izzy Bonacci, the right-hander, starting pitcher for the Mercer Vikings, brings the next pitch, and it's in there for a called strike about letter high. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now the 1-2 pitch. Fouled back to the fence. It remains 1-2 on Fay, who was batting at .419 this season with 1 home run and 18 runs batted in. Brookdale comes in 1 game over 500 at 12-11 for the year. Next will be a 1-2 pitch from Bonacci, and here it comes. Taken just off the plate. So the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brookdale surrendering 6 runs in the top of the first inning today against a very difficult opponent they're going against in Mercer. That's knee high, called a strike, and Jillian Fay caught looking. So 1 up, 1 down. And Jamie Vigil will be next, the Brookdale third baseman. It's Izzy Bonacci, right-hander for Mercer. Vikings who lead Brookdale by a 6-0 score. First pitch on the way, and it missed a little bit low. 1-0. Vigil batting at .254 this season. She has a home run this year. Waits on a 1-0 pitch. Here it comes, and it's a check swing. It's going to be a fair ball. Bonacci off the circle to field it and make the throw, and that's the second out. So a little dribbler off the bat of Vigil on a check swing, and Bonacci made the play fairly easily. So the first 2 retired, and it'll bring up Audra Lowe, left-hand hitter. 2 at bases empty. And the first one coming to Lowe, taken low outside, ball 1. Lowe is the only Jersey Blue with multiple home runs this year. She has 2 to go along with 14 driven in. A .338 batting average. 1-0 the count. Another one skips in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Lowe trying to keep this inning going. Mallory Shevlin waiting on deck. And now the 2-0 delivery. Popped up. Third baseman Acevedo charging, makes the catch. That retires the side. So they go in order 1-2-3 after one in Lincroft. 6-0 Mercer. Top of the second inning here in Lincroft is Mercer batting with a 6-0 lead on the Jersey Blues. Mercer sent 10 to the plate in the opening inning, scoring 6 times. As that ball skips in there, 1 ball and 1 strike. Sierra Acevedo to get it started for the Vikings. This is a Division II program, and they're in first place in their section of the standings, a record of 35-5. Down and inside, 2 balls and a strike. Waiting on deck, Maya Patel and then Emily Wiskowski for Mercer. Sarah Nazaro is the starting pitcher for Brookdale for this game 1. That one crossed a little bit upstairs. So behind now 3-1. 2, 3, and 4 part of the order for Mercer in this inning. Acevedo already won at bat in this game, grounded out to third. Here she takes pitch up high, ball 4, and she's on to start the inning. So it brings in Maya Patel, left-hand hitter, extra base hit her first time. She had a double. And that one bounces to the plate, knocked down by Ford, but the runner moves up. So Acevedo now to second base. We'll take a look at how Brookdale lines up defensively behind Nazaro when we get a moment to do so.
Can you have your place move that hitting net? It's right.
Now we got a quick stoppage while the home plate umpire is going over some sort of protocol. A 1-0 count on Patel. Looks like they're moving something around. So now we're ready to resume with a 1-0 pitch. Check the swing off the plate, and it's 2-0 now. Waiting on deck, Emily Wiskowski after a damaging opening inning for Mercer. And that one goes to the backstop, and that'll enable Acevedo to take third base. 6 runs on 4 hits, all of that in the first. And now Acevedo has started this inning off with a walk. Patel now with the runner at third, watches 2 high, ball 4. On the first 2 are on. So runners at the corners. Emily Wiskowski stands in. She made one of the 3 outs in the first inning for Mercer. Nobody out here as she dribbles one up the third baseline, foul on the count 0-1. Wiskowski was retired on a pop-up to shortstop. Rest of the defense for Brookdale in the outfield, they have Shevlin, Jillian Fay, and Lowe. That's left to right. On the infield, it's Vigil with Campbell on the left side. Kisberth and Jessica Fay are on the right side. As the pitch comes in a little bit low. And Abby Ford doing the catching for Nazaro. The 1-1 pitch, here it comes, and it's slugged down the left field line, and foul. Over for a look came Shevlin, but out of play. So we'll do the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch again on Wiskowski, who is batting at .487 this season. Quite a batting average that she takes into play. And that's too high. 2-2 the count. Well, 2 walks to start off this inning. Another deep count on Wiskowski with Angelina Guida waiting next. And it's a little one-hopper back to the circle. Get the out at first, trying to score, and safe. So Acevedo with the aggressive base running as Brookdale gets an out on it, getting Wiskowski, but Acevedo scores to make it 7-0. And now it's Angelina Guida at a base hit her first time up, scored a run. And she takes outside a little bit high, 1-0. So 7 runs already for this Mercer team. Brookdale finds themselves in a sizable hole in the early going. Pitch down low, and it's 2-0. Teams will play a doubleheader today. They met for 2 on Mercer's home field earlier in the season back in March. Hit hard, and that's a base hit going into center field. They wave around Patel, and she comes in to score. Taking second, Guida with another run batted in, and it's 8-0. So 8-0 Mercer. Abby Bell, the batter, she has the biggest hit of the game so far, called a strike. Bell had a 3-run first-inning home run, her first time up. And for Bell, that was home run number 7, which is now tied for the team lead. That one skips away from Ford. Down to third goes Guida. Only 1 out in the inning. Mercer got 6 in the first, 2 more in this inning for an 8-0 advantage. Another one that gets by Ford, now trying to score Guida, and she's in. So the third run of the inning, a wild pitch. Mercer 9-0. 2 balls and a strike to Bell. Here comes the pitch. Down the left field line and foul. So Bell hit another one hard after hitting her 7th home run earlier in the game. In fact, just the last inning. It's a chilly late April day. Temperature not much better than 50 degrees this afternoon. That's rocketed in a left field for a base hit, so Bell is now 2 for 2. This one's a single. And Madison Jobs will be the hitter. Drew a walk her first time up, scored a run. Bounces to the plate, 1-0. Well, Sarah Nazaro on the mound has not had many starting outings this year. Another ball hit hard. That'll find its way into left field for a hit. Stopping at second is Bell. That's now 3 straight hits. Well, you figure it'll be Mallory Shevlin to get the start in Game 2, as she's been the number 1 pitcher for the Jersey Blues this season. But Nazaro getting the call in Game 1. They've only used 3 different pitchers this year. First ball swinging. That one is going to be down. Diving attempt by Jillian Hill, couldn't get it. Now the bases are loaded. So a base hit for McKenna Spack. She didn't get all of it, but dunked went in there for a blue pit. So 4 straight Viking hits. Ada Castrol now the batter, and she watches a little bit high, 1-0. Castrol is the designated player in the order, hitting in the number 9 spot. And 2-0. She reached on an error, a ground ball that Brittany Campbell didn't handle cleanly at shortstop, so Castrol reached. And now it's 3-0. Well, Nazaro has struggled a bit finding the strike zone. 4 walks so far, but last 4 Mercer hitters have all gotten hits. And here's another walk. And that's going to score the 10th Viking run. Not even 2 innings complete. So an RBI for Castrol on the bases loaded walk. And it's back to the top of the order as they batted around in both of the frames so far. That one gets away from Ford. Another run comes in. That's Jobs. 11-0. And 2 now in scoring position. Kelsey Odell, the batter, 1 out of 2. 2-0 count now as Odell started the game with a double and scored, retired her last time up on a grounder to third base. And here's a little knuckler over the pitcher's circle played by the second baseman Kisberth, throwing to third where they got the runner in a rundown. And can Brookdale get the out? They do. A run scores on the play to make it 12-0, but Brookdale able to record the second out of the inning. So on the fielder's choice, Odell reaches, and the batter will be Acevedo, her third time to the plate. Hitless in 2 trips so far, grounded out and walked. And here's a grounder to the left side. Nice play on the backhand by Campbell. Long throw. Can't be handled by Fay. And the runner is safe. So Maya Patel, first ball swinging. That's heading toward the dugout and will be back onto the grass, out of play, 0-1. Patel on base twice with a double and a walk, and she's scored a pair of runs. Mercer 12, Brookdale nothing. We're only in the top of the second. And the next from Nazaro on the way is high and away. 1-1. Well, you knew this was going to be a tough doubleheader for the Jersey Blues. Down the line foul wide of the first base bag. And a Mercer team that's Division II, but a 35-5 record. And they played significantly more games than Brookdale, who's only played 23. Mercer is about ready to wrap up their season. Their next doubleheader will be final games. That one goes to the backstop, and the runner moves up. So I got Odell at third, Acevedo, the runner, at second, both in scoring position. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Out to right field, going back low, and she makes the catch. A nice play right up against the fence. So the wind got a hold of that ball, otherwise that might have been a 3-run homer. As is, it's 12-0 Mercer after 1.5. I'm Brian Gadsford on Brookdale TV. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Jersey Blues are down 12-0. Mallory Shevlin to lead it off against Izzy Bonacci. First pitch is popped up, foul ground off first, and that'll be out of play, out by the bleachers. And the count 0-1. Middle of the order up for Brookdale after they went down 1-2-3 against Bonacci in inning number 1. Shevlin getting the start in left field for game 1. We figure she'll be pitching for game 2. On the 0-1, cut on and missed way out in front of that one. So it's 0-2. Brittany Campbell is on deck, and then Jessica Fay for the Jersey Blues. Bonacci ahead 0-2. And missed with a fastball, a ball and 2 strikes. Well, Shevlin has been Brookdale's best at the plate. .471 average, 1 home run, 26 driven in for the sophomore. And down the right side again and out of play, nearly the same spot that she fouled off the first pitch of the at-bat. And Shevlin out of Middletown High School North. Got both of the Middletown high schools represented on this Brookdale team, both North and South. And Shevlin, the former North Lion. 1-2 the count. And Bonacci deals. Lined base hit over third. That goes into left field, and Shevlin takes the turn and has the first Brookdale hit. A well-struck single. And it'll bring up Brittany Campbell, the shortstop. So Jersey Blues start the long uphill climb ahead of them, down by 12 runs. Well, start with the leadoff player on. That's Shevlin. This ball is popped up behind the plate, and it'll be out of play as Bell went over for a look. Check out how Mercer lines up defensively. They have Wiskowski, Spack, and Jobs. That's left to right in the outfield. It's Acevedo and Odell on the left side. Guida and Patel are on the right side of the infield. And Bell does the catching for Bonacci. It's ready now with an 0-1. And again, it's popped foul, and that's up and over the high fence behind the plate. 0-2 on Campbell, who is batting at .357, has not homered with 17 runs batted in. One of the 3 sophomores that Brookdale has on the roster this season. In a 2-strike hole here against Bonacci, the pitch is fouled toward the visiting dugout right off the fence. Brookdale comes off a doubleheader in which they matched up against another Division II opponent. That was Lackawanna, a school in Pennsylvania. They handled them, swept the doubleheader, winning both games. Just got a piece, did Campbell. The scores in those 2 games, a 9-8 win in Game 1, and then they took the second game by a 4-2 count. So that lifted them to 1 game over 500, but in danger of dropping to the 500 mark with a loss today. Strike 3 called, so Campbell called out on strikes, 1 away. And Jessica Fay, the batter, first baseman for Brookdale in this Game 1, watches a fastball strike over the inside part of the plate. That's 0-1. Fay, who has seen most of her action behind the plate this year, but she's getting the call at first base. And swung on and missed, so a 2-strike count quickly. It's Shevlin on at first, 1 out in the inning. And Abby Kisberth waiting in the on-deck circle. Bonacci now with an 0-2 pitch. And it's hit on the ground to second. Right there is the out at second and the turn for the double play. So they turn it 4-6-3, starting with Guida. Brookdale turned aside in the second. And after 2, Mercer leads by a 12-0 score. Emily Wiskowski leading off the top of the third, and the pitch is down low, 1-0. So Mercer has the middle of the order up. It's the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. New pitcher for the Jersey Blues. This one is out into right center field and down onto the grass for a hit. So Wiskowski picks up her first hit of the day, a leadoff single. Well, Mercer has scored 6 runs in each of the 2 innings today for a 12-0 lead. And Angelina Guida, who's already had a good day at the plate, a couple of hits, a single and a double. Ball 1. Brookdale finds themselves in a big hole. They'll look for a more competitive game 2 today. Back toward the circle, off the glove of Fay, fielded by Kisberth, but doesn't have a play. So the first 2 are on in this inning. And Abby Bell now, 2 for 2 for the Mercer catcher, a 3-run homer and a single, and she's scored twice, and there's a first pitch strike. So it looks like this one could be wrapped up after 5 innings today. Let's hit foul up the third base line. So Jillian Fay has taken over on the mound, or the circle, that is, where she has started 5 games this year, and this is now her second time coming on in relief. A hit 0-2, and goes to the off speed, missed with it. A ball and 2 strikes. Bell's home run earlier in the game, her 7th of the year, which is tied for Acevedo for the team lead. That'll be foul. And Acevedo entered the day in the top 5 in the region in home runs, so Bell now up there with her in that department for this high-powered Mercer team. Sports a 13-2 record on the road. And even better at home, where they are 20-2. 1 hops to the plate for a ball. So Fay now pitching, coming over from center field where she started this game. Delivers the 2-2 pitch, and it's down and away, ball 3, and the count is run full. Madison Jobs waits on deck. Mercer out ahead, 12-0. On the walk, and that will load them up. And out of the strike zone to start off Jobs. No advance from the 3 runners on base. Jobs has been on twice. She's walked and singled. She's scored twice. I mean, up and down this lineup, they have been getting on base at will against the combination of Nazaro and Fay. It's a Mercer team that comes in. They've won 21 straight. It's quite a streak that they're on. It's called strike, 2-1. And they have not lost since the latter part of March the 30th, when they fell against Delaware Tech. That's low. Runners on, it's Wiskowski at third. Guida's at second. Bell, the runner at first. Looking to add to a lead that's already a dozen. Very high, and that brings in a run. Well, nobody out in the inning. 2 singles and 2 walks have greeted Jillian Fay in her relief outing here. McKenna Speck stands in, and she slugs one out to right center field. Jillian Fay tracking it, but can't make the catch. And here's another run in. Guida scores. Everyone else moves up a base, and that makes it a 2-touchdown lead. So Ada Castile now. Base is still loaded and still nobody out. Ball one. 14 runs on 11 hits. And Brookdale has managed just one hit so far. Another hard hit ball to left field. Matt's down. More damage. Bell's in to score. Here's Jobs to score. Stopping at second, Castile. She's got a 2-run double. And it's Mercer 16-0. Right back to Fay, and there's mercifully the first out of the inning. So 1 out, still 2 on base. The batter, Acevedo. A strike. Well, Acevedo doesn't have a hit yet. She's walked and reached on a fielder's choice. Came in a 308 batter for the season. Watches ball 1 to even the count. And high. Off the glove of Ford, but runners stay put at second and third. Acevedo, the third baseman. On a 3-1 count, the pitch is high, ball 4, and that reloads the bases. So this Vikings team has now batted around, sending at least 9 to the plate in all 3 innings as they meet Fay at the circle before Maya Patel steps in from the left side. Now, Brookdale played this team for a doubleheader on March the 29th, and they were swept, shut out both games, losing 6-0 and 17-0. Well, this one, 16-0 the score. First one sails to the backstop, but runners hold, so 1-0. Maya Patel was doubled, walked, and fly deep to right field, in which the wind was blowing a different direction, might have been a home run. Little cue shot, Campbell on the charge and gets the out, a run scores. So 2 out now. Wiskowski comes up being named the Conference Player of the Week. Low and in 1-0. And she's got 1 hit and 3 trips so far, scored a run. 1-1. She's popped to short and hit a comebacker in her other 2 at-bats. 10th up in this inning for the Vikings, and it's flied out to right field. Easing back is low when she makes the catch. So that ends the inning, but 5 more across for a 17-0 Mercer advantage to the bottom of the third. Abby Kisberth leads off for Brookdale. We start the home third inning. Brian Goudsword here with you on Brookdale TV. I'm 1-0. Lower third of the Brookdale order as Izzy Bonacci, the right-hander, has faced the minimum over her 2 innings and gotten plenty and plenty of run support. 17 total, cut on and miss. It's 1 ball and 1 strike with Abby Ford on deck and Sarah Nazaro behind her. Mercer has had big innings in all 3 of their trips to the plate, as it's now 2-1. They scored 6 each in the first and second, 5 more in the third. Brookdale, no runs on 1 hit. And fastball misses, 3-1. So Kisberth, who's one of the 3 sophomores, only 11 total players on the Brookdale roster for this season. Only 3 returning from last year's group. A called strike. Now the next will be a payoff from Bonacci. And it's on the way. Ball 4 to start the inning, so they got a leadoff base runner. So here's Abby Ford, the catcher, hitting in the number 8 spot in the order. First at bat of the game. Popped it up, and that'll be out of play up and over the Mercer dugout. 0-1. Ford is batting over 300 at 308. No homers, 11 runs batted in. Wind in the 0-1. Strike. Now, this Mercer team, they've used 4 pitchers this year, and each of them has an ERA that's under 2. So they have been getting it done and then some, both pitching and hitting, where they've been a slugging team all season, hitting over 30 home runs this year. That's the second time that Brookdale has seen Bonacci this year. They didn't have much luck against her in the first meeting on Mercer's home field. We're shut out, managed just 1 hit. Well, they've got 1 hit so far as we play bottom 3. 1-2. As we come to you live from the Jersey Blue dugout, which this is a new location for the broadcasts. Popped it up, and that'll be foul. So it remains 1-2 on Ford. Sarah Nazaro is waiting next. Mercer's got a huge lead here in game 1 of the doubleheaders, so for better play from Brookdale in the second game today as that pitch comes in low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, still working tough at bats here despite the big hole. Kisberth started the inning with a walk, and now Ford has worked it to a 2-2 count. And the pitch as over short and down into shallow center field for a base hit. So Ford didn't hit it overly hard, but picks up the second Brookdale hit. So here's Nazaro, who started the game in the circle, worked the first 2 innings, now takes her first turn at the plate and watches strike 1. 2-1 to start the inning. Kisberth at second. Ford is at first. We'll be back to the top of the order next. squaring the bunt, and it's taken out of the strike zone. Or it was apparently a strike as Mazzaro offered at the pitch. Well, she struggled with the batting average, just a 140 hitter this year, but looking for a big hit. 1-2. Mazzaro out of Old Bridge, New Jersey, where she attended high school, the freshman. And she goes down on strikes for out number 1. So back to the top of the order now, Jillian Fay called out on strikes her first time up. A little bit high, 1-0. Bonacci, the right-hander for Mercer, comes in with a 12-3 mark and an ERA of 1.92. Cut on and miss to even it up. And the Vikings as a team, the staff ERA amongst their 4 pitchers, 1.69. So when you combine dominant hitting with dominant pitching, you get the record that it is for Mercer. 2-1 the count. And that's how you get a 35-5 record, and showing why they are not only Division II, but playing at an elite level against their competition. Called a strike, and it's 2-2. Kisberth is at second, Ford is at first with 1 out. Scheduled to play 7 innings, but this one could be done before that. Strike 3 called to get Fay, so she's out on strikes for the second time. And that's now back-to-back for Bonacci. So 4 strikeouts for the righty. Jamie Vigil, the batter, retired on a comebacker her first time up, 0-for-1. Popped it up, right side of the infield. It's playable and caught by the second baseman, Guida. And so Brookdale put the first 2 on, but then the next 3 retired in order. We played 3, Mercer way out ahead, 17-0. Angelina Guida will lead off for Mercer. First pitch is over for a strike, as Jillian Fay starts her second inning of work in the circle, switching places with Nazzaro, who's now in center field. Hit sharply and through into right center field for a leadoff hit. So Guida takes the turn, and she is now 4 for 4 in this game. Well, came in a .398 batter, and that batting average is well over 400 now. As Abby Bell, the batter, and she's been on base 3 out of 3 times. Little looper towards short and grabbed by Campbell, the shortstop, for the first out. So they finally retire Bell, who had homered, singled, and walked, and scored 3 times. So 1 on, 1 out. Madison Jobes is next. Actually, we got a substitution. Natalie Santiago will take the turn at bat. Left-hand hitter. Ball 1. So Santiago taking the spot in right field, in which Jobes was the starter, and she scored 3 times with a single and a pair of walks. There's a strike over the outside edge, 1-1. Well, for Brookdale, you'd just like to see a clean inning here. Swing and a miss. Mercer scored 6 in the first, 6 in the second, 5 more in the third. 1-2. And Santiago pops it up right side, and taking charge and grabbing it is Jessica Fay. 2 out. So a couple of pop-ups as Fay has gotten 2 out, and now McKenna Spack, center fielder, just below the knees, 1-0. Spack, she's walked once, singled twice, scored 2. Lined into the glove at third of Vigil. They call it the hot corner for a reason. And Fay works around the leadoff single to work through it scoreless. Middle of the fourth now, still 17-0. Home fourth inning, Brookdale coming up here in a 17-0 hole against the Vikings. Audra Lowe ready to get it started with ball 1. So the Jersey Blues have 3, 4, and 5 up in the order. Lowe 0 for 1, retired on a pop-up to the left side and third base her first time up. That was back in the first. Grounder will get through past Guida at second, a leadoff single. So that's 3 hits for Brookdale. The first one was for Shevlin, who steps in now for a second time, 1 for 1, and called a strike with the first pitch fastball. Hitting in the cleanup spot, 1 home run this year. There's only 1 Brookdale player who has homered more than once. That time over the inside corner, and it's 0-2. Bonacci with the 0-2. Ran it a touch inside, 1-2 the count. Brittany Campbell waits on deck. For Brookdale, it'd be a positive sign to just chip away, see if they could find any kind of momentum going into game 2. Out at second, no relay throw, so they force low at second base. Shevlin on after the fielder's choice, 1 on, 1 out. Now Brittany Campbell, the batter, struck out looking her first time up. One of 4 strikeouts for Bonacci, who starts off Campbell with ball 1. Or strike 1. And at the feet as she danced out of the way of that pitch, 1-1. And she went after a high fastball, so now a 2-strike count. Jessica Fay waits next. And Bonacci will come with a 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. And it's hit on the ground to second. Out at second. The relay throw not in time. So the second straight fielder's choice as they force out Shevlin. Campbell now on at first and 2 down. And Jessica Fay with 2 out, a fastball, strike 1. Fay grounded into a double play. They turned it 4-6-3. 2 out in the inning now, and Brookdale down. 17-0. Swing and a miss. So Bonacci gets ahead 0-2. Right-hander is looking for her 13th win this year against just 3 losses. Comes 0-2. Foul back to the fence. Plentiful sunshine on this Thursday afternoon, but it is quite chilly. Temperature tonight could drop into the 30s. And it's only about 50 degrees as we play game 1 today. On this 0-2 pitch, Jessica Fay watches it up high, 1-2. Teams will play game 2 of the doubleheader. Give them about a half-hour break in between games, and Brookdale will look to regroup and look for better results. Tipped off the bat of Fay. If she could keep the inning going, Abby Kisberth would bat in the inning. Now the 1-2 offering, off speed and missed with it. Bonacci has gotten 3 of her 4 strikeouts on the called variety, only 1 swinging. 2-2. Inside corner, strike 3. There's another strike 3 looking as she gets Fay. Brookdale gets a hit and leaves 1. We played 4. It's Mercer by 17. Ada Castile leads off for the Vikings, ball 1. And which should be the final inning of this game 1, and then we'll play another one here this afternoon. As Mercer scored early and often against Sarah Nazaro. Now they're facing Jillian Fay. 2-0 count as Mercer sends up 9, 1, and 2 in the order as they bat in the 5th. There's a strike. Kelsey Odell, Sierra Acevedo scheduled to follow in the inning. On the ground, foul. Mercer is coached by Ryan Zakarski, who is running a powerhouse of a team this year. In fact, Mercer in their most recent game was decided after 5 innings, and it was a no-hit effort. Ball 4 to start this inning as Castile walks. And it'll bring up Kelsey Odell. One for 4 in the game. She came into the day a batting average better than 500 at 543. Leading the region in RBIs with 56. 4 home runs this season. On 1-0. High 2-0. Toward the middle of the diamond, cut off by Campbell, flips to second, and too late. So Campbell didn't field it cleanly, and Castile reaches second. So 2 on base as Mercer looks to add to what is already a considerable lead at 17 runs. Sierra Acevedo skips away. Down at third base goes Castile. A big problem for Brookdale. They've given up too many free bases on wild pitches. The ball has just been running wild. So runners now at the corners. Acevedo swings and fouls it back. So we'll have one last chance to bat in the bottom of this inning, and then in all likelihood this one will be complete. 1-1. Flared out into center field. Waiting for it is Nazaro to make the catch, and the runner at third holds. That's Castile. So 1 away. And Maya Patel stands in. Had a double her first time up, has been held hitless since, and watches strike 1. She scored twice, has also walked and flied to right and grounded to short. And all adds up to a 1 for 3 game 1 for the first baseman. Popped it up toward the dugout and up over us. As we come to you on the third base side of the field, right from the Brookdale dugout. First time broadcasting from this location. 1 hops to the plate, a ball and 2 strikes. Well, they've got the bases cornered in this top 5th. Castile on at third, Odell at first, and that's high and away. Jillian Fay winds the next one, and it's hit out to left field. It sends Shevlin back. She gets there, makes the catch. Tagging at third, Castile comes to the plate. She scores. So a sacrifice fly for Patel on the 18th run of the ball game. 2 out for Wiskowski, right-hand hitter. 1 hit and 4 trips on the ground, and that's foul. Oh, 1. Too high and outside. Wiskowski, base hit, came back in the third. She has popped out, hit a comebacker, and flied to right. Ripped in the left field. That's down along the line for a base hit. Stopping at second momentarily, but now taking third. And arriving safely. So Odell now at third. Wiskowski's in at second. They've got 2 on base. And here's Guida, who's arguably been the player of the game. She's working on a 4-for-4 day. A pair of... And is this 5-for-5? It is. Down on the grass, right center field. 1 run scores. Here comes his second. She drives in 2 runs on her 5th hit of the day. What a performance. And that is 20 on the board for the Vikings. Unbelievable. She's now the lone base runner as Abby Bell. Guida and Bell, they've been quite a tag team, hitting back to back in the lineup. Strike. Between them, they've been on base 8 out of 9 times. The only time one of them wasn't was when Bell popped out to short her last time up, and that was the 4th. Bell has the big blow, a first inning 3-run homer, a single and a walk since, 1 for 2. Hard hit and by Vigil in the left field. Well, he knew Mercer was a tough opponent. I don't think Brookdale expected quite this kind of a result. This has been a difficult one, to say the least. But this is a top-tier opponent. Ball 1. Natalie Santiago batting for a second time. She's taken over in right field. It is nearly a 3-touchdown deficit. It should be Shevlin pitching in game 2, and Brookdale can hope for better results with their best pitching. And that one Ford able to keep in front of her, ball 3. Well, 2 out in the inning. They have added 3 in this frame. Down to second, that squeezes by in the right field. Now they're loaded up again. So 3 straight hits. That was a seeing eye single off the bat of Santiago. And McKenna Spack will be the 9th up in the inning, and that is now 4 out of 5 innings that Mercer has batted around. A strike. Spack has been on 3 times. Last time up, lined out sharply to third base. That was the only inning that the Vikings did not score in the 4th. Tipped it foul, 0-2. A very off-speed pitch goes off the glove of Ford as he really turned down the velocity with that changeup. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Spack fouls off another. Pretty breezy afternoon. It does not feel like the late part of April. I mean, it is chilly. Popped up foul, that's how to play. Again, the 1-2. And rolled it up there to the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases are loaded. There's 2 out. And it's Mercer 20-0. Campbell on the backhand, and it goes off the glove. 1 run scores. Here comes his second. Throw to the plate. Won't get her. And the beat goes on. Ada Castiel, her 5th at bat, called strike. And she has been on base all 4 of her previous trips. That's pretty good production out of the number 9 position in the order. Strike 2. Swing and a miss, and Ford will throw down to first to complete the putout, and we'll head for the bottom of the 5th, and Brookdale's down 22. Bottom of the 5th now, Brian Gadsword on Brookdale TV. Game 1 of the doubleheader, and in all likelihood this will be the final trip to the plate for Brookdale in Game 1. Ball 1. Abby Kisberth leads off. Brookdale has 7, 8, 9 up in the order, but it's all Mercer. Leading 22-0. They've scored multiple runs in 4 out of 5 innings. 2-0 on Kisberth. Ford and Nazaro scheduled to follow in the inning. And 3-0. So trying to make it a little difficult on Bonacci and not cruise through a 5-inning win. And she's scattered 3 hits, and that's it. No runs. taking all the way a strike. Kisberth has been on base via a walk and her only plate appearance in the third. Ball 4, so she walks for a second time on a leadoff base runner. So Abby Ford had one of the 3 Brookdale hits, a third inning single. Swings away at the first one, foul ground, and it lands, and it's foul. Well, Brookdale started the day 4th place in the region standings, but a loss here would drop them to a 500 record. They'd be 12 up and 12 down. Have been playing very good here at home, winners of 7 of their previous 9. That's hit foul. And they didn't play their first home game here until the late part of March, so they really haven't played very many games at home. Only 9 compared to 14 away. Really haven't played a lot of games in total when you compare it to how many Mercer has played. Sharply to short, could be 2. The step, the throw, 2 out. So base is empty. Mercer's 1 out away from a Game 1 win, and it coming in blowout fashion. Brookdale hasn't had many games like this, but then again, they haven't played many teams quite like Mercer. Swinging strike 1. And all you can do is try to regroup after a break between games and hope for an A effort in Game 2. Showing bunt, it's down, it's played by Bonacci, and that'll wrap it up. So Game 1 in the books. We're done after 5 innings on the Mercy rule by a final count. Mercer 22, Brookdale nothing. So we will take a break in between games here. Brookdale now with a 500 record. They are at 12 and 12. And we will see you here for the broadcast on Game 2 coming up shortly. Thanks for watching on Brookdale TV.